Okay. Something that, I had been thinking about was doing like a team-wide challenge group, which totally intimidates me on one hand because it would be so many people, right? So I think we'd have to find a way to limit that. But like I said in a group message with a few of you, I feel like as a team as a whole, one of the biggest struggles, and Holly, I don't know about your team, that we're having is converting customers to coaches. Like we're hitting Success Club, right? Like a lot of us are. And good numbers, you've been doing it consistently, but we're not rank advancing. And it's not all about the rank advancement, but we're not finding those people who like want to come on, with us and build a business. And we're having a hard time, again, making that transition from customer to coach, I feel like. And honestly, I don't know the answer. I don't know how to make that happen. I don't know how else to talk about coaching where it makes people want to join us. But I feel like maybe if challenge group, a team-wide challenge group, and we have, each 3 to 5 customers each, and we're all kind of coming, someone's going live every day, sharing their story about their fitness transformation and, a little bit of their coaching. And, someone's posting recipes this day and I'm posting a meal plan the next day. I think it would really have a great, feel like such a big team, and everyone working together, and one person wouldn't feel so responsible for everyone else. Something I've really been working on is like trying to build the team culture of this team. And honestly, I don't feel like I'm doing a very good job of it. I just don't have that community feel that I want us to have. I think, there's a Team Cup helps. I think Team Cup has helped, get people into those small groups and let's talk about the business. And I know several of you have come to me and said, wow, like it's been really nice just having this, kind of group to talk the business with. So I think stuff like that helps. But I guess I felt like if I want a better team community, then we need to do more stuff together. We need to host more groups together. We need to mastermind more together. We need to come together more, period. It can't just happen from me posting in the team page and hoping people will, post too. I think we actually have to work together. So that's another reason. I think it will just help boost our own team culture. And I think it'll help those customers see what they're potentially joining, and they're joining a team. And I figured, maybe it's something like 2 weeks in, we host, a sneak peek together or a live call together where we talk about coaching. And again, it's not just me, it's you guys sharing your stories and why you decided to coach and your fitness transformation or whatever. So those were my thoughts. I don't know. Again, potential pitfalls is that the group is just way too big, right? Like no one can check anything. It's too overwhelming. But I think to make that happen, I would say like if I brought 3 people in and Melanie brought 4 people in and Lee brought 2 people in, that like you as coaches would also have your individual like group chats with, your specific customers, that you would still have that intimacy with them. And maybe they're not posting in the group, but you can check in on that group chat. Hey, did you see that recipe Dara posted today? It's a really good one. Or how's the meal plan going? Did you see the meal plan, Melanie posted? So that way there was still some intimacy there, with your personal customers. I think the other pitfall is not necessarily a pitfall, but like, could we keep it up every month? Is what does it look like after that? Maybe we do one big one together and then split off into groups, or I don't know. Again, I think here's where I'm at. I've felt like inadequate as your leader. And I'm not saying this for you to be like, oh no, you're so great. Like I feel like, man, like you guys are doing a great job. I feel like you're doing what I've asked you to do. And like, some of you aren't seeing the success you want, or you're not where you thought you'd be by now. And that sucks, that's scary. But I feel like I have to keep trying. And that's what this would be. It would be trying. And maybe it won't work. Maybe it'll be a disaster. But I have to keep trying, and I have to keep, hosting whatever it's this or a training group or I can't guarantee that every diamond push group is going to work, but I have to keep running them, right? I have to keep trying to give you guys more information. So that's what I want to do. And maybe this team-wide thing is one of those first steps. You know, the new coach training that's what else I kind of want to discuss. For those of you who have actually been like following along with the new coach basics training, I'd love to kind of hear your thoughts on that. And if it was better than when you joined, if you think it's easier, if it's less so, you know, just all those thoughts. Because again, when you guys recruit people, I'd like there to just be a system in place already, you know? Ooh, sorry, my baby's not happy. So I need your feedback. If this is something you feel like you could give to your coaches and they could, you know, do well with or feel okay about. So anyways, that's mostly what I wanted to say. I'm sure I'll have a lot more stuff to say as you guys start talking, but did anyone have any initial thoughts on hosting a team-wide challenge group and what that might look like? And I want to hear like the, you know, not criticisms, but like things you think might not be good about it too. So who wants the floor? Mel?
Hi.
Hi, Mel.
I think that if we do the team-wide group, that you would really have to assign who's doing what, or else nobody's going to end up doing anything.
I agree. No, it would definitely have to have to figure out, like, I think I see it as like, okay, I think we need, you know, 3 Shakeology posts this week, you know, 2 motivational posts and 1 like who wants to sign up, you know, kind of like that. And everyone kind of take responsibility for a specific topic each week, or, you know, again, and we'd have to make sure we're not repeating information, because I'm sure we probably say a lot of the same things in each of our groups. But I agree, Melanie, it would definitely have to be, it would not be a wing it thing. I think we'd really have to be specific in it. But then I think if we could, and we had it down on paper in a document, it's like, then, you know, you could team up with just 3 people the next month and use the same stuff. And, you know, so, but I agree. Getting it down on paper would be important for duplication, as well as just general structure and, you know, knowing what the heck we're doing every day.
I think if you, if you have one person do like, take care of the Shakeology posts, and then one person take care of, that way nobody's repeating each other. We don't have to worry about going back and seeing what somebody else said. Yeah. So if each person takes a topic and then just talks about that topic, and you could even break Shakeology down, like one person could talk about the ingredients of Shakeology, and one person could talk about the how it's helped them. So that way we don't have to go back and like reread what everybody else said and make sure we're, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I think some things could definitely be done like that. For sure. And I also think what I like about that is I think we all bring different strengths, you know, to the table. Like Melanie is like gluten-free. Are you dairy-free too, Mel? Like, so she would have really specific recipes and meal plans that would be really valuable to maybe some of our customers where we don't eat like that, but you know, she does. And Ashley Townsend too, I know, is really like just strong on nutrition, you know, and has like a really specific meal plan that her people follow. And shockingly, they get great results. And I know we all have our different strengths. So those are just 2 I thought of. Gosh,
I think that my meal plans are, like when I started working on it, they're not for everyone because they're too complicated.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I know people don't want to eat chicken and rice and a vegetable every day. So where is like the in-between? I don't know what to put on there that is like people could mainly cook. I think I'm not reaching the general audience on even the posts that I put on my Facebook about recipes.
Yeah.
I think they're out of reach.
Yeah, but I think, again, you do have a niche because of that. I'm not saying you shouldn't have an alternative meal plan for your customers who aren't worried about gluten or dairy. You know,
I mean the recipes are like too complex.
Yeah. Yeah, because you like to cook.
That's how I cook.
Yeah, it comes naturally to you. Someone like me is like,
do people want to eat like chicken and rice and vegetables? Is that what people want? No, right?
No,
I think they could do that on their own.
Like that, but I think for like a week at a time, people would eat like that just to like lose the weight. You know what I'm saying? And they'd be willing
to put that in 1 week.
in that sense, you know, for a few days at a time or whatever.
Sorry, that was off topic.
No, it's okay. Any other thoughts on what hosting a team-wide challenge group might look like?
Do you want to pick your best customers for this? Or
what else I've thought? It's like, I think it doesn't matter who, it's just you get to choose, again, maybe it'll only be 3 or 5, we could say, just for the sake of SC10, right? And then that would be up to you. If you choose 5 customers who have already been your customers and you won't get like Success Club points for them, that's your prerogative. But like limiting it to, you know, only 5 people, because again, it would just be way too huge otherwise. I mean, it already would be too huge most likely, but you know, again,
we market it like a test group kind of thing, like,
yeah.
And then it could be an exclusive group that you're only looking for 5 people to join.
You definitely could. It's a brand new team-wide. I mean, it would be something we've never done before, and it would be a lot of new content because it would be all of us bringing our, you know, what we have to the table. Yeah, I think you could definitely do it like that. I think right now it feels more complicated, but I think if we could get it down, it could really simplify and streamline what we do, you know? Maybe you can always invite to this group every month, and then you do a little small specialty group on the side. But, you know, I'd like this business to be simpler. I'd like it to be less groups, you know, less like pressure on one person to be responsible for all these customers. And again, that being said though, there might be people who like want nothing to do with a group like this because they have what they're doing is working, you know, and they're not overwhelmed by it. And they're getting great engagement and their customers are getting results, and that great. Like, don't, you know, there's no like, it's not a, this is definitely just like, if you would be interested in a group like this. Again, some people might not feel the need for that. Again, some of the main benefits I was just thinking is maybe it could help our like customer to coach conversion, you know, because they'd feel, you know, more of that community feel.
I think a team-wide sneak peek would really help too, because then they're not just getting you as, you know, they're getting a community and like a family. And I think, I don't know if that would help. I mean, I've run my own sneak peeks before, but nothing much has come out of them at all.
Yeah, no, I'm super bored with my sneak peeks. You know, I think, like you said, people want to hear other people's stories. And so that's something we can definitely collaborate on as well, Allie. And that's what I'm talking about. I think we need to work together more and come up with this stuff more. I think I haven't, because, and it's just me being like real and raw. Like I haven't, because it's like, it's more work to like collaborate and get you know, like, and okay, you make assignments, but I think in the long run, it would really benefit us, you know? Any other thoughts on that?
I like that. I like the sneak peek, the whole team, only because I don't think you can portray to people the true value of like the strong women that Beachbody, the group that it is, and the network that you get. Like Dara, like you live in Florida, but you're like somebody who, you know, when I've needed you, I've been able to reach out to you. You're supportive. Like Holly's in California. Like I just don't think you can portray that to people unless they see it. Like there's other moms that I know who are struggling, and, you know, I'll tell them like, I just wish they could do it, because I really think it's just women empowering women to be strong and be their best. So I think if we could come up with a way for people to truly see that, it's almost something like you desire to be a part of, you know, especially for stay-at-home moms. I mean, I have a great friend network, but it's still different. I don't know. I think if we could somehow get that across, I think that's appealing to a lot of people.
And I think it would help too, because I mean, a lot of my friends, like I'm the oddball out. I'm like the only one not married with children and 35. And I think so a lot of my friends, you know, they have kids. So sometimes, you know, Dara, I'll put them in your sneak peeks because they can't relate to me. Right. I mean, we're all busy in our own way. And they just think, oh, you don't have kids, you can do this. And I'm like, no, I'm still busy. But I think if they see like the different lives that we all have, I know when Erin was running groups and stuff and she was coaching, we did a big picture and we all held up a piece of paper and we like a plain paper, and then you can put writing on it through like Word Swag or whatever it is. And you put like what you are besides a coach. And then we posted it. It was a big collage that we posted so that people could see that we come from so many different places.
Yeah.
And that anybody can do this. It's not just stay-at-home moms, and it's not just girls that don't have kids, and
No, I love that. And I think, like I said, that's why I wanted to do this call, to get ideas like that, Allie. And Emily, I feel like since I feel like I had the baby, I've really been working on our team culture. And I know that's not something that just happens overnight, but that's what I want people to feel. I want people to, feel like they're part of a community. And even if they're not finding the success they want, like in the numbers, that they won't want to leave because of the community, and that's what I really want for our team. And I don't think we're there yet. I'm more than happy to be open about that, but that's where I want to be, So Holly, are you able to speak, or do you have any thoughts about this? We can't hear you, Holly. You're unmuted, but we can't hear you. Weird. I hear someone, but not Holly. Work on it, Holly, and then jump in whenever. But what about Jesse? You have been doing the Coach Basics group. I noticed you've been posting a lot. How do you feel like that compares to like the coach training I put you through back last April?
I like them both.
Yeah.
Kind of for different reasons. I feel like the one I did last April was very, it kind of, I feel like showed you a little bit more of like the back office and like the things you do like day to day. Like as far as more of like the business work part of it, I guess you could say. Whereas the Coach Basics group, I feel like is more kind of teaching you more about how you should be on stage, like the things you should do, kind of to put yourself out there to everyone on Facebook or whatever social media platform you're on. But I like them both. I mean, I think honestly, I've kind of been taking notes to put them both together, if that makes sense.
Do you feel like you just need a little more of like how to send direct links and how to, set up your debit card and like just like your account? Okay. So even just a day or two of that though could probably cover it.
Yes.
Like a day or two at the beginning of just like, this is your back office, and then you could kind of go into maybe what we've been doing.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's really good feedback. How about anyone else, Mel?
I don't remember doing anything like this when I first started.
You didn't. You did self-paced in the.
Yeah, which was really hard for me. This was really nice, the February Basics group, and just how Holly had put it, like, don't make this more complicated than it needs to be. Pick one song for your videos, which I did, Holly. Thank you so much.
Wow.
I actually found 3, and I found them on YouTube, and they were super easy to download. Like things like that I really had struggled with. Wow, I was making it so complicated, and it didn't need to be like that. So I thought that the February group was really great, and I wish that I had done that when I started.
Okay.
Do you feel like the February group, my question for people who have like older coaches, but going through the February group again, my only concern is that, do you feel like it's too slow, or do you feel like the pace is right? Like, do you feel like if you just started, you could still hit Success Club in month 1 based on this pace? Because I want to make sure people can do Success Starters, month 1.
It was only 12 days, so you still have, more time in the month to put those things into action. And you did the overcoming objections quickly. And I thought that video was so good because, gosh, I really was going about it wrong. So it really changed my whole mind frame of inviting and getting the yes. So I thought that the pace was fine.
And I'm going to go live in that group tomorrow. Like, so just so you guys know for your future coaches. So this, first of all, that is literally copied and pasted from the back office. So guess what? You can run your own for your new coaches one day. You know, like this was not something me and Holly finagled together, like because of our brilliant minds. It is straight from your back office. So now you either go on to like another, I don't know how long, but there's, if like the people in it have already hit Success Club, they would go on to an Emerald training, which is like 15 days. Or if they're, you know, still struggling, not like having a hard time connecting with people, having a hard time inviting, having a hard time on social media still, which would be totally acceptable because brand new. There's like another segment that just dives deeper into inviting and social media and what that, you know, what that's supposed to look like to still try to help you hit that Success Club. So I really love the flexibility of it on that part too. So I'll probably just, because I want you guys to kind of just get the full experience, I'll probably just start doing that next segment, you know, the social media stuff, just because I think, you know, it'd be good for everyone just to see it and then know what it's about. So any other thoughts on the February Coach Basics if you've been following along? And it's okay if you haven't. I know, again, we're all part of a lot of different groups and trying to just keep our heads above water. But it sounds really positive mostly, especially for Melanie and Jesse. And I mean, it's been easy on my part. It's just from the back office. So,
you know what I had no idea about, and I'm sure that it was in the go through the thing at your own pace, the 5-step invitation process.
Well,
whoops, I missed that.
Yeah,
I'm quite sure it's in the self-paced one, but
I'm sure it is in the inviting. And then again, just all that's it, you know, all that's in your back office. It just says training, you know, and there's all that.
I just didn't get there.
Huh?
I just didn't get there.
Yeah, I know.
That was.
But yeah, so I lost my train of thought.
So a quick question for you guys about the February training. Do you guys feel like having it in a Facebook group versus maybe like an email series, or just having it on a website where if you've got any coaches signing up, they can go in and day one they start versus waiting for a group? Same thing with email series, right? Day one they start. Or do you feel like a Facebook group, you're getting more interaction? I don't know that maybe just because I'm not myself taking the training, I'm not seeing like the benefit as much interaction in a Facebook group versus just like starting on day one. So are you guys seeing the benefit from a Facebook group, or would you rather have it self-paced for you and or your coaches?
I think it varies for the person. There are some people, I had a girl, my gosh, probably 6 or 7 months ago, sign up to coach. And I created one on a Google Drive that I made, and it was self-paced, and she could go in and do the things that she needed to, because I shared the drive with her. And then, I mean, she kind of fell off and wasn't really active. And I asked her, I said, would it be better if I did a group? So I did a group, and she said she was better off having an assignment each day. Whereas one of my challengers that I just had, I sent her all of this is before they put the February Coach Basics together. I added her to it in case, but she was just like on her own and did it and went through and looked at all Dara's stuff. So I think it depends on the person. And I mean, I remember when I signed up like over a year ago, we took that Jewel test, and it said what kind of personality you are. And then based on that, you can put them either in the self-paced training or in a group like this.
Did?
Huh?
Is that something Aaron did or Jess did?
I think it was under Lindsay. I mean, Aaron and Jess didn't do any trainings. Jess just threw me in Bombshell Dynasty training. She threw me in your training. She threw me like in every single thing in our group there was. So I think it was Lindsay Matway who had that Jewel test. But I've seen like other coaches. Like I think Rain O'Dell does it. So they just figure out like their personality, and based on that, it directs them to what kind of training would be best for them. I don't know.
Could you leave it as just like Maybe not. I was going to say just a Facebook, like kind of like a rolling group where it would just be like the Facebook page and you could almost like add new people and delete old people, because then, you know, people may see like others' comments, questions they're thinking, and then as they post, it would show up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I've thought about that. The hard part is even when I add people like a week late, like I added them a week late to the February training, they're like searching for like day one, day 3, it like super overwhelms them. So I've been thinking about doing like the self-paced, like go to the website and then having assignments after each day. So they have to email me their assignment. And so there's also a new website I'm looking at creating. It's free, but it tells you what % complete they are with each assignment. And then you get emailed as the coach about when they've completed it. So at least that I know completion. And then some of the assignments maybe being posting in our team page. So like post coming out post, and then coaches, you know, we can all be like, kind of critique or like help, be like, all right, this is awesome, like ready to go. And so then maybe that would increase engagement, not only in your team page, but also, you know, they would still feel like they've got coaches helping them, but the team page engagement as well.
I like that. Probably that's like a personal, I mean, I know when I did the new coach training, I was like, put me in, I'll do it in 2 days, like, which is what I see most people. Like once they're ready to go, they're ready to go. Like,
yes, and that's how I feel. And that's like, I mean, it sounds bad, but like for me, like I want those coaches who like want to build a business and like they're ready to go. And so I want to have all the training ready for them. And then like, if you have kids, like Monday through Friday is hard, but like Saturday, Sunday, like when my husband's home and I can like dig into my business, like I want to dig into it. And I don't want to be like searching through Facebook groups and stuff. And so, right. I mean, I think this goes back to knowing who your audience is. And so for me, most of my coaches are new moms, and like the weekends are the easiest. And so it's easiest for them to kind of dig back through on their own time. So that's kind of why I'm thinking about doing something like that more than a Facebook group.
I agree.
But requesting interaction, you know, in the team page, they still feel the support, I think would be good. So something like that. Okay.
I also like it on the website. I mean, I need my hand held. So, I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I like it on a website too, where it would just be like easy, like your website, Holly, is very easy to go through, like step 1, this, step 2, that, and that would be a self-paced training that I would do.
You could do self-paced if it was very specific.
Very specific.
I get that.
I
Totally.
can't, like Dara, I already told you that. I just can't go through all your Facebook albums. It's like too much for me.
I get it. It worked for me for so long, but it's not working anymore.
I'm just not it's just me, maybe, but I like it all.
No, it's not just you, but I went through a phase, like I told you, where like I had like, 4 or 5 new coaches. Ashley Townsend, she went through, just like add her to that group, and she's done great ever since. And I had a group of coaches that all came through that I was like, wow, this is really working. And then it stopped working, and it's not just you. So I think that's what I'm learning as the business changes. What works before might not work anymore, and I have to learn to evolve with that. And that means I'm going to fail forward a lot. I'm not going to get it right the second or third or even fourth time maybe, but man, I just still believe in this business so much, and I love it so much, and I love what we stand for and the products. And so, I want to do everything I can to keep learning, keep growing with you, and keep helping you, whatever that looks like. So
I thought that the Entrepreneur Academy that just happened was wonderful. For me, it was good. Like I'm, under Holly. And so clearly I followed her and her lead on most things, which has been great. But I just thought it was so awesome to get like a breath of fresh air from like other coaches who have succeeded. And I felt like a lot of them had like, more of maybe my personality that's just like very straight shooter. And I just thought that was awesome. And I don't know if we could do something like that more often, that is kind of a smaller group, and maybe even, I know that was like very, I don't know for sure, but it felt like it was very top coaches who were presenting. Does it even need to be, or can it just be people who have maybe the business has come easier for, or the business has, they've moved up in rank fast? What have you done just to get like kind of And I went back now, like I'm going back and following those coaches' pages. And I mean, I spent like an hour going back and just looking through their pages to see what do they do to give myself new ideas. I don't know. I don't know if we could do something more like that, you know, just where we pick 3 people a month and do something to present on a specific topic.
Yeah, so I think, I mean, one thing Dara and I are trying to do is every month have another coach from like another team present on our calls, at least have, you know,
That's awesome.
Different perspective on team calls. Cause I agree that is like super important.
Yes.
And then, yeah, I think, you know, having these trainings with other coaches or where we can see other coaches, I think is a positive, and trying to incorporate that more. I don't know, Dara, what are your thoughts?
It's something I want to do more of, you know, even just 5-day social media boot camp, 5 days. I really do. And I want to be a coach that provides that to you. And it's one of my goals this year. That being said, Holly knows it takes a lot of work to put that stuff together. You're on Zoom calls with other coaches for hours every week, and you're writing new content and you're making videos. Meanwhile, we're still trying to run our own businesses. So I'm not saying like you have no idea how, but it is a lot of work. And so if we don't do it a lot, that's why. And again, a little bit of tough love. And this is just like for everyone, including myself. You go to YouTube, Beachbody social media.
Yeah.
There's your boot camp. Beachbody inviting, there's your boot camp. And I don't mean to be like, I know the benefit of, like you said, getting in that small group, having that interaction with other people on our team and other teams. I love that. And that's why we need to do more of that. Totally agree. But if you're struggling in an area, you go to YouTube and you can find from the best coaches in the last 10 years, all about what they did to, we're about to end this call. I don't have the upgraded version. But just again, if you feel like we're not doing something you need, you can tell us. Absolutely. I do. It's not fun to hear, but I want the constructive criticism. I want to know where I'm not meeting your needs, but I'm going to tell you to go to YouTube and go to your online office. You can get all the trainings from the last like 3 summits that every coach has presented on. Shakeology.
I think more for me, it was just like a wake up call of like, hey, you need to be listening to these national wake up calls, and I need to be doing more of that because
and this was not directed at you.
I know.
Like that is one of my, I would love to just do like little groups like that. 1 a quarter even would be a great goal. You know, that's, I think all I could handle, to be honest. And I'm trying to get better at masterminding with other coaches, like the way Holly did with the entrepreneur boot camp. But again, it's a lot of time, you know, it really is. And that's been my struggle with doing that kind of like extra trainings, extra boot camps, it's just, you know, you get on a call and it's like an hour and a half later and, you know, you didn't do anything else for that, you know, nap time. You know how it is, Emily. You're working in the cracks and crevices, and Melanie, you know, too, of having 3 and 4 kids, and Jesse, Ashley, all of us. Good Lord, we have a lot of kids on this call. Anyways, so that's, if we don't do that stuff a lot, that's